this book in such a long time. Okay, let's get into it. Your best friend Sally lets out a long, happy sigh. Isn't Mike gorgeous? She asks you. Check out those cute legs. From your seat next to her, in the second row of the bleachers, you scan the soccer field. The guys on your high school team, the Clearview Stallions, are wearing dark green jerseys and matching shorts, and their opponents, the Northcliffe Eagles, are wearing blue uniforms. You shade your eyes from the sun. Which one's Mike? You ask. All the Northcliffe boys look pretty much alike from where you're sitting. All of them have cute legs. Sally points a perfectly manicured finger towards the far end of the field. There, she says, with the black hair, facing off against your brother. As a photographer of your school newspaper, you always have a digital camera with you. You peer through the viewfinder and zoom in on the guy she pointed out. Mike crouches in ready position on defense as your brother Peter hurls towards him, dribbling the ball at top speed. You smile as you see Peter touch his lucky headband in a habitual gesture as he closes in on Mike. Mike has a trim, athletic body with a golden tan and a look of intense determination on his handsome face. The lean muscles in his arms and legs clench as he concentrates. His sweaty hair glistens in the sunlight. You take his picture, feeling self-conscious about your suddenly thumping heart. He's adorable, you tell Sally without lowering the camera. You mean it too, which is strange since you and she usually have totally different taste in guys. Today's our 1 week anniversary, Sally says proudly. We're going to a movie tonight. She gasps as your brother fakes out Mike on the field. Mike lurches the wrong way and Peter sweeps around him. You click. The Sally smiles. Hot. She mouths at you. You can only manage a weak smile as you nod in agreement. While Mike packs his gym bag, you feel a sudden rush of courage. Stop by a newspaper office, you say, and I'll print you out a copy of the photo. I caught some other good ones today too. I'd like to see them, Mike replies. He puts his arm around Sally, and you try to ignore the need to cringe. Sally's your best friend. You two have shared secrets since 3rd grade. Who else would have kept the raspberry jam incident a secret? You should be happy she found Mike. Sally rests her head on Mike's shoulders. Or you should just give the printout to me, she said. I'll see Mike again before you will. That would work, you say. Mike stands up and hoists his bag around his shoulder. You ready? He asks Sally. Mike's driving me home, so I can get ready for our date night, she tells you. Want him to drop you off on the way? It's no problem, Mike says. He looks right at you and you don't know how to interpret his expression. It's intense and direct. Does he want you to come with him? You know you shouldn't. It's not good, this feeling that you want to stay in Mike's company. It's bad. Sally's friendship is too important to you. No thanks, you say. I'm going back to the newspaper office to get some stuff done. Mike nods and heads towards the parking lot. Sally lingers beside you for a moment until he's out of earshot. You are great, she says. He's cute, right? Very, you agree, trying to sound casual. He's into you, I can tell. Hold on to this one. She giggles. Yeah, I will, she replies. Okay, got to run. Sally gives you a quick hug and then hurries after Mike. He's opening his car door when he sees you looking, and he waves. You wave back. Mike's car is a beat-up old BMW. It is the color of champagne. Enjoy the movie, you shout, and then you stand there and watch as they drive out the parking lot. With a big sigh, you turn toward your school. Your brother Peter is coming out the side door with a couple of the stallions. Good job, guys, you tell them as you pass by. I got some good shots for the paper. All in a day's work, Peter replies. And now we are off to celebrate the total and utter destruction of the North Cliff Eagles, which gets a bunch of hand slaps from the teammates. You know the other guys, Dave and Carlos. Both of them are pretty cute. Carlos in particular has a sweet, sexy smile. He's also in your English class, and he usually has intelligent things to say about the books your class is reading. Winning by one goal is not utter destruction, you tease, and then you start to push past them into the school. The Clearview newspaper office is empty. This week's issue was just put to bed yesterday. You get to work, uploading the photos, adjusting contrast and brightness, and cropping the shots to make them more dynamic. You leave the pictures of Mike for last. When you finally do open the first one, you let out a long, slow breath. You can be a harsh critic sometimes, but your own works. But you know this is a really good photo. Mike is crouched in ready position on the field, his face set with concentration. His features shine in the sunlight with the shadow of his cheekbone standing out in sharp contrast, making the picture totally dramatic. You zoom in closer on Mike, blowing up his image so you can see every pore on his face. He has a tiny zit on his chin and this blemish on his otherwise glances down and glances down the hallway before turning to face you again. I wanted to see the photo you took. You pull up the second photo on screen. Sure, you say. Mike comes over to the computer station and peers over your shoulder. You're hyper aware of how close he is to you. It makes you feel slightly lightheaded. In the picture, Mike's on his knees in the grass, and you can tell by little flecks of dirt flying into the air just how hard he hit. His hands are clenched into fists. His hair is wild, and his eyes burn with pure intensity. Mike stays quiet a moment. You start getting nervous. I can still delete it if you want me to. No, Mike says softly. It's just powerful. Like that sport right there in that picture. You can win some and you lose some, but you can tell that even though I crashed, I'm not giving up. You know I'm getting back in the game. Yeah, you reply. Your heart starts thumping again as he leans in for a closer look. He's so close now, you can smell his sweat from the game. It's not gross at all. And you close your eyes for a second, mesmerizing the scent. Exactly. That's exactly what I thought too. It's a great picture, he says. Really good. Composition. Will you email it to me? Of course, yes, you say. I'll do it now so I don't forget. Hey, what would you think if we ran this picture in our school newspaper? You'll probably run it even if he doesn't want you to, but you feel a lot better if he didn't mind. Mike stands up straight and smooths out his blue jersey, thinking about it. Go for it, he says finally. I mean, it's a little embarrassing because we lost, but I'm not going to stand in the way of the truth. You sound pretty smart for a soccer jock, you tease him. You're actually pleasantly surprised that he seems intelligent at all. Sally doesn't usually go for the brainy ones. He's even insightful, talking about truth in the art. Mike laughs. Thanks, he says. My life isn't all about soccer. I'm into a lot of other stuff too. Like Sally, you ask. Yeah, he says. But even besides her, I'm crazy busy. Do you really want to know? Sure, tell me, you reply. Okay, I'm learning to play the guitar and taking lessons on Saturdays at the guitar shop on Montgomery Avenue. I know the place, you say. My parents' dry cleaner is right there. But my favorite thing right now is an internship I got at a veterinarian's office. Mike continues. I'm probably going to be a vet someday. That's awesome, you say. Really, I love animals too. I've got 2 cats and a dog at home. Actually, I need to stop by the vet's office to walk the dog sometime tonight before my date, says Mike. He licks his lips and glances toward the door. It's really cool hanging out in that office with all the animals. The dogs are always so psyched to see me. I was kind of thinking I'd head over there now. You're confused. Was that an implied invitation to go with him, or was Mike making an excuse to take off? If he's inviting you, you'd love to go, but you have plans to work on your own project for the citywide students' art show in a few days. Also, how disloyal to Sally would it be for you to hang out with her newest boyfriend? You can't help wondering how upset she would be if she knew. Maybe you should brush him off gently. The important thing here is staying true to your best friend. Or maybe you should break through the uncertainty and accept his offer. Sally would probably be thrilled that her best friend boyfriend are getting along. That is it.